Hello and good morning, fine folks of the internet. How's everyone doing today? We got Da Vinci, Howie, Penguin Makers, Mike. Perfect. Glad to see you. Nick. Let's go. So we're going to do a print and chill stream where I print and we chill. Okay. So I am going to post a link in chat. And if you would like to come on, join in on the stream and chat with us, you're welcome to do so. Okay. So let me get the that link. Okay. Mike, I need you to stick around, bud. At least for a minute, okay? You're gonna enjoy this one. Clown Hammer, what's up? Beads. Brother, are you still doing RC cars? As if so, we should probably chat. Anyway, all right. Link is in the description. Can I pin that? No, I could not. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go over to here. Let's go over to YouTube Studio. Let me get this. Create live. Open this up. And then we're going to pop out chat. No, you bastard. I just want you to. Chat's being difficult. There we go. I just want you to come up here. There we go. We're going to pin that message in chat. There. Link to join is pinned in chat. Let's go back over here. Lovely. Yeah, for a while since you got into 3D printing. Looking forward to getting into it more this spring. Yeah. Captain! How's it going, brother? So again, the link is for anybody that wants to join in. Let's show you what we're going to be printing this morning. No, don't want to save that. Okay. There we go. If we go network, that's not good. I am.
Oh, Daddy.
What'd you need, Smalls?
I wanted you to help me hang up the clothes. I need to clean my room.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Patty.
We'll have to do that later.
Patty, come on.
Why is this not working? I just wanted so I've been out of it for a long time. I've been thinking about maybe getting 2 cars, something off-road. I don't want to go ace scale. I don't want anything too off the wall. As I understand it, Armana is kind of the new what Losi kind of was to a certain extent when I was in the hobby, where it's not like top tier race stuff, but it's also not Traxxas. And I was just trying to figure out what some good options were that maybe I could get two. Yeah, I guess it's Horizon Hobby. I think it's owned by Horizon. I'm not entirely sure. Um, okay, we're going to come back over here for a second. You're a fan of our. Yeah. Um, so I was trying to see if maybe there was an option where I could get two of them ready to run for something under 600 combined, right? 300 a piece tops. I'd prefer it to be less than that, but and obviously electric, working with a 6-year-old, and honestly I tired of dealing with nitro. I love it, but in a world where I don't have a whole lot of time and you're dealing with a 6-year-old who may or may not want to go play with an RC car at any given moment, electric's a better go-to. But it's got to be off-road and on-road capable. Got a pretty big parking lot across the street, but also soccer fields and baseball and football fields and stuff. Granite 3S. All right, I will. Are you in my Discord? Could you possibly just shoot me a DM with that name? That way, in a couple hours when we're done here, I haven't forgotten. Brad, LTX, what's up? All right, I'm going to try to figure out again why this isn't working. Diagnose. Okay. For some reason, my NAS won't pull up. Oh, also, let's set this quick interlude. Message from the billing department. Yada yada yada. Setting a stream goal. Again, still raising money for plane tickets and stuff for trip to Rocky Mountain. There should be a link in the description, Beads, to the Discord. All right, let's just go over here. Let's copy that. Are you kidding me? What are you doing? Paste. All right, let's see if this shows up over here now. Print files, calibration. Here we go. Lovely, bubbly. This is going to be our print for today. Anybody let me know if they recognize it. Anybody recognize it? Anybody know what it is? I'll wait. Mike, do you know what that could possibly be? It is a duck. So this is, oh no, it's Mike's Okay, this is going to be our print today. I'm going to actually slice it over here so this doesn't get messed up because I've got to do some layer swaps. Yeah, so no, it's Mike's duck. We're going to do pause. So at the bottom is red, and then the outline's black to do Mike's duck. The reason why we're doing Mike's duck is Mike has been, like many others, a key part in this. Mike got this project started. Okay, the E3NG. Mike donated the Ender 3 V2. Mike donated the NG kit. Mike donated a bunch of his time. He's come down here 3 or 4 times now. The first time just to help prep for the stream, then came down for the marathon stream, did a ton of work on it. During the marathon stream, we would not have gotten anywhere near where we did during the marathon stream if not for Mike. And others as well, Steven, Vince, when it came and helped with that. And then the entire community as a whole who helped and donated to make this project possible. But kind of in honor of that, I thought we'd do his duck for Print and Chill. Mike, if you want the STL for that, let me know. I'll send it to you. All right, let's go back over here. Let's go to the E3NG. And then ABS, profile, slice plate. Print and upload. You can just post it in just the beer fridge. There's a channel called Beer Fridge. Welcome to Discord, by the way. Let me also assign you roles so that you can see Beer Fridge. There you go. You should be able to see it now. Duck, duck, goose. All right. Let's go over here and find some red filament. Somewhere in around here is some red filament. This says Violet Void on it. So this probably is not red. It's probably actually Violet Void. No, it's not. It's Fadus Orange Glass Filled ABS. What's this one? Pretty sure this red is in a Mylar bag, which is partially what's making my life difficult. What is this? It's orange. I didn't know I had that. That's good to know. That's green. There you are. Hi, Colin. What's up? Yeah, I did. I used this red on my box turtle. All right, so I did print a spool holder for this, so now we've got a spool holder. I want to quickly PTG on stealth burner. Yikes, man. Hope you're doing all right. Send a link. Awesome. Let me kind of want to see what this is. 10th scale. That's good. Oh, yeah. Liking it. Let's see. 2 to 3S. Is this brushless or brushed? It's brushless. 31 kV motor. 4x4. So you need lipos and a charger. Excellent. Yeah, and it's 340, so I imagine do a little bit of looking around. Yeah, so here, let's just pull this up. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here's what we're looking at. All right, 10th scale, brushless, four-wheel drive, monster truck. It's gonna be perfect, right? I can get a 3S, get my daughter some 2S lipos, and we can do some bashing, which is exactly what I want to be able to do with her. Right? She's getting good enough that now I can put a controller in her hand for a faster RC car, especially outside. Yeah. We can even do some fun content. I bet you if we look around, I bet you we can find some cool 3D printed stuff to even do with it. Right? Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, I use my remote was a Spectrum DX3R was what I was using back in late, I don't know, 2009, 2010. There is, and there's a link posted in the beer fridge, Nick. All right, so let's hit print on our duck. See what happens. I'm going to work on changing the print, start, and end macros on this thing, but I don't think we're going to do that at the moment. But yeah, I've contemplated getting back into some RC stuff. Lightly, I'm not trying to race and do all sorts of crazy stuff like I used to. But the little one enjoys it, so I think it would be fun to do. But I want, like, she's got some little RC cars. Normally, we'd race around here in the garage and stuff. But you know, getting bigger and get some faster stuff. Yeah. So here we go. Let's go look at some stuff, right? So if I go here over to YouTube, and I type in the Pope NJ, there we go. Let's go back over here. And I share my screen. Add the scene. The ladies watching murder shows. All right. There we go. Here's some of my videos. Here's the death ramp jump at the World Finals. Which I can't hear. Oh, it's because the audio's off. Yeah. This was down at Dennis Anderson's place in the Outer Bank. Didn't exactly stick the landing on that, but
popped off the header, but she stayed running.
Yeah, it was set up for the freestyle. It was normally put the other way beads.
I hate it, but I get so competitive when he does it. It's not funny.
Hold the line, hold back up.
go. This thing's doing a thing.
Come on, baby.
I know, leaving great.
Go, Daddy, go!
And I hit a fence. Yay! Yeah, after the freestyle competition ended, we took the ramp and stood it up on its end, and we were out there just having fun, breaking shit. I don't know if I've got anything in freestyle. Do I have freestyle? Here's the freestyle. I need to figure out how to download videos because I no longer have access to this YouTube channel. Oh, we did have it standing straight up during the freestyle. But we were jumping trucks over top of Grave Digger and all that other stuff. I used to actually do a podcast for RC stuff. I had Dennis Anderson on there. I had a standing invite to any event I wanted to come hang out in the pits. Run around with RC cars at Monster Jam events.
We're done. 30 seconds, we're done. Alright, 2 more.
All right, we've got. Ooh, maybe. I think we're gonna be all right. Yeah, we got this going. Let me get your camera over here. Mike, maybe you ought to get one. Bring it down this summer. Yeah, I've met Dennis. Yeah, what is that? I had his personal phone number for years.
I hung up all your guys' shirts and took all of your clothes upstairs and put them on your bed.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I used to do a lot in RC. There was a forum called HBI Savage Forum, HBISF, and I was admin over there. It was one of the 2 biggest RC forums at the time. I was a mod on the other one, but the other one was for like every type of RC car. Yeah, Dennis is an awesome dude. He's just a great human being. I was privileged to get to call him a friend for a while. Not that we had necessarily a falling out of any kind, but just, life moves forward. I don't know if there still is, but down at his at Digger's Dungeon in North Carolina, um, there was a restaurant and stuff. It was open to the public. You could go there and see the trucks. You can see the facility where we held the World Finals every year. That was the No Limits RC World Finals. I ran a No Limits chapter in Pennsylvania for a little while. Started out in New Jersey, then it moved to Pennsylvania, and then I kind of was going through stuff, uh, separation and everything, and ended up moving out here to Ohio. There what used to be a No Limits RC Ohio too. Beads, you're in Ohio, so am I. There was a No Limits chapter in Ohio. We traveled down to Virginia and Maryland. Yeah, I'm in Marion County. So Maker meetup next month. You're welcome to come hang out. Mike, are you coming down next month? You're in Midwest. So you can't be too far away then. Like I said, I'm in Marion County, so. You should be coming down. Awesome, bud. Hopefully we have some decent weather. It'd be nice to be able to get outside some and, like, I don't know, at least open the garage door up, you know? This is laying down pretty nice. First layer was a little in the back, but second layer, yeah, north of Columbus. I need to find some black filament. Here's some matte black ambrosia. Nice. It's pretty close. Again, I know it's a work day and most of y'all probably at work, but if anybody wants to jump in, hang out, we can definitely hang out. Just click on that pinned link in the chat. Hop on the stream. Yeah, Mike's got like a 4-hour drive down here, 3.5, 4-hour drive. I need a drink. Yep, coffee mug. Link to merch in the description as well. So guys, next up we've got the Trident to go. So we got to finish that up. But curious, what kind of project you guys want to see after the Trident? Your plastic peeps? Yeah. I think Brad said he plans on coming out. Hopefully Steven can make it out here again. Let's raise this up. No, I want to build one of the Mercury printers. But it's one of those things that sponsors would need to sponsor the stuff for. And yeah. All right. So while that does that, I think the Jabberwocky clogged yesterday. Heat that up. It's stringing really bad too. What's going on with you? Ooh. This filament might need to go in the dryer, folks. This is looking rough. No, it didn't clog. That's heat creep. All right. Well, let's throw this in the filament dryer. Let's see. Well, that'd be fun, Mike. First printer build. Nice. Congratulations, man. That'll be a fun one to build. If you need any help, do not hesitate to ask. There's 1 or 2 people in the Discord that have built a printer, or 10, you know. Oh, wait. Settings. All right, there we go. Let's try that filament out. Yeah, Mike, send me a DM. Because I've got the... So this is what we have left, okay? We have the Trident to finish, which is a massive project. We have an Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder to build. I've got parts to put the Triangle Lab CHC XL hot end on the 2.4. And then that's pretty much the end of it. Not doing a Mad Max. If it's got more than one tool head, it's a fair chance you won't see it on this channel. Unless they come out with some sort of system that I think is going to be repeatable enough and consistent enough. I'm just not going to do it. It just boils down to that, right? What I want to see is some sort of kinematic mounting system where it is physically impossible for it to be in any other position than the one that it has. So basically a kinematic mount and some sort of locking system, right? So grabs it. It's got, 3 points like Whopping Packard's kinematic bed mount system, right? Or name's escaping me. Mandela Roseworks kinematic system, right? Where it is impossible for it to be in any other position other than that one, right? And then like a cam lock system or something where it goes on, docks, cam lock, locks it into place. And it doesn't exist. So now, actually, there is a way that I would build one. If somebody sent me an entire printer and all the stuff to build it, I would build it. But I'm not going to take one of my printers that I need for production stuff to make parts for things and put a system on it that I don't have 100% faith in working. think we're nearing our layer changes on the ducky. Our filament swap on the duck. Dun, 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 dun. Look at who we have. Let me. Captain, how's it going, bud? How you doing today?
Well, it's a windy day here in Colorado.
Is it?
70 degrees, and I'm cleaning the workshop.
Weren't we just talking about you doing a Mercury build or something, possibly?
Well, that's what the Ender 6 is going to end up being. This guy right here. We're gonna get the Ender 6 working again, so it works better than it did as an Ender, and then we're going to save money and make it an Ender 6 Mercury.
I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit because in current configuration, it's kind of hard to see. We're going to disable chat, and we're going to disable this camera and make that slightly easier. There we go.
But yeah.
Oh, wait. Where did my chat go? Chat, where'd you go, chat?
I don't know.
There you are, chat.
But the ceiling's rattling and all sorts of good stuff, but work needs to be done. So
it's been really windy here too. I don't know why.
But we have multiple printers going, and the Anycubic says that there's a filament tangle, and I can't find it. Of course, I just got out here, so. Oh, it's the black. There's not a filament tangle, it just unspooled a little. There we go. Resume.
All right, and we paused.
Centauri Carbon is printing PET G. We're almost done with the parts for the PC case. The third or fourth reiteration of the build.
Yeah. So what are you putting in the PC case, by the way? What's the specs?
We were going to take everything out of this machine here, but that is not the case now. It is going to be a, let's see, the specs that the machine that my son dropped off is a Ryzen 7, what is it, 7500X, something of that sort.
Okay.
With a RTX 3060, 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Sounds like it's going to be a decently powerful PC.
It'll be good enough for the stream. I mean, obviously, it's way overpowered for streaming for what we do anyway. But it'll be good enough for streaming, slicing, all that good stuff. And in my pocket, we have a mini Sherpa. I have 2 of them now.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to be making some hot ends, some tool heads.
I'd consider doing the Sherpa for the Trident.
There was a really good deal on AliExpress. I got these for $14 a piece. They're not the CNC version, obviously.
I must say, the enclosure on this thing seals up very nicely.
Sounded like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, hi, everybody.
Everybody say hi to Captain.
Don't say hi to me.
Say hi.
It's a fib.
Hello. If you haven't already, go check out his channel.
If you haven't, everybody, hit that, that tip link and go give Alex a bunch of money.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're really close.
By the way, if you guys don't know,
the airline tickets.
Super chats and everything are wonderful, but hitting that tip button gives him 100% of the proceeds instead of giving YouTube money.
Yeah.
So help a starving creator and give him 100% of the proceeds.
Listen, I'm too fat for anybody to believe I'm starving.
Shush, man. I'm trying to help you. I'm starving for more printers, okay?
I had one of those sausages wrapped in a pancake on a stick. Looks like a corn dog for breakfast.
God, those are horrible.
You got to get the right ones. The ones we get are the Jimmy Dean ones. They are considerably better.
I'm not a fan of pancakes. Waffles, man. Waffles.
I like waffles too.
Waffles are awesome.
It's just that the waffle maker is so hard to clean.
That is true.
The frying pan, when I'm done with it, I just, while it's still hot, run it under some cold water, deglaze everything off of it, and quick wipe down, and we're good.
Do you know how many MMUs I can make out of these Ender 3 boards? I have like 15 of these now.
Pork's bad for you? I don't know.
What?
Pork is better for you than starving to death.
Pork is awesome.
Yeah. Love me some bacon.
Tell you what, bacon will kill you less fast than women.
It's a trade-off, right? It might be bad for your physical health, but it's good for your mental health. Do you guys have Waffle Houses out there, Captain?
Not where I live. There used to be one up in Sterling, but they closed that down. It was actually right across the street from where when we used to live up there, from where I used to work. But there used to be fights among the people that worked at Sykes, and they ended up shutting it down. Tell me why there would be fights that, like bar fights at a Waffle House from people that worked at a call center. That doesn't make sense.
No. But it's not the weirdest thing that ever happened at a Waffle House, so I'm sure.
Probably not. They actually shut it down the year that I left working there. And that was actually in the news. They blamed it on the call center. I was like, okay. So I did tell you that my son left his Cobra 3 with me, right? That was yeah. But I got an additional ace with it. So I can print more maker chips now.
Nice. I need to get a Revo nozzle ordered so I can get maker chips printed for Rocky Mountain. Oh, excuse me.
And he also gave me he gave us his resin printer and wash and cure station. So my youngest son wants to do miniatures and stuff. So this whole side of the workstation is having to be redesigned for resin stuff.
Oh. I've not touched my resin printer in a long time.
Yeah.
Andy Miller says there's nothing like a good fight at Awful House.
Oh, yes. I mean, if he says so. I mean, I need to order some of those totes that you use to organize projects.
Which ones? Because the smaller ones, where are they? Oh, they're over here.
You know, the little 2-gallon ones, the size of a shipping box.
So these ones, right? Like this size one?
Yeah, those.
You get 10 of them for $10 at Walmart.
Huh.
I think after we're done the duck, I think we'll do some calibration stuff. We'll run input shaper and do some pressure advanced tuning and stuff like that real quick. If folks still want to hang out, that is.
This window.
From the window to the wall.
To the wall. Turn that off. Settings.
Tell you what, man, it's been a rough 2 days. The old lady had surgery yesterday morning for carpal tunnel.
Ugh, yeah, that's a rough surgery.
And then there's some family stuff going on in Jersey. And then
there.
My daughter, I get a call from the school this morning to come pick my daughter up. She wasn't feeling well. And then she gets home. She gets a text message from. She started dating this boy in her art class the other day.
Yes, we heard.
And she gets a text from boy's mother. Apparently, they were sending some texts that they probably shouldn't have been sending. And boy's mom's like, I don't approve of you dating my son, and I like it if you guys stop talking. And that instantly set me off. So I was like, give me your phone. I was like, we're going to have a discussion about, you know,
Yep.
what you should and shouldn't send and be saying to it. But I'm going to send a text message. So I sent a text message saying, you know, I don't appreciate an adult texting my daughter, and I would like it if you didn't do so. And if you want to have a discussion, you call me. Right? Like, I'm sorry, I don't think that's appropriate. Like, yeah, you might not, but I'm the
I would tend
person
to
you
agree.
contact.
I mean, I would obviously agree with that. I mean, no self-respecting adult would contact a child.
Yeah. Right? If you don't want your son talking to girl or you don't want your daughter talking to boy, there's a pretty simple way to handle that. Right? You just block
Yep.
their fucking phone number. You have a discussion with your kid like, I don't approve of this person. I don't want you hanging around him, right? You have
Yeah.
that discussion with your kid. You don't try to tell somebody else's kid what to do. One. And two, I don't know you. You don't know me. You've never met my daughter. Right? This is not an appropriate thing to do. Yeah, especially nowadays, right?
That's just insane.
And, you know, then I had a discussion with my daughter about, you know, how she should act and things she should and shouldn't do, and, you know, potential even legal repercussions of doing stupid shit, right? And I get it. They're teenagers, right? We were all teenagers at one point. We all did stupid shit, right? But nowadays, you got way easier means of doing it.
I mean,
And yeah,
let's just all be honest for once. If we had, you know, those of us that are over 40 years old, if we actually had, you know, cell phones as teenagers, most of us would be in jail.
Yeah.
Because we did really stupid shit.
All right, so I can't get, you know, too pissed and, you know, high and mighty like, oh my God. Like, I get it, right? We've been there. I understand. You're not the first person to be a teenager, right? Teenagers have been doing shit since the dawn of time. All right. I think Duck turned out really good. So let's go over here. Open up a new instance of Orca Slicer. Oh, first we're gonna run Input Shaper. Let's do that. Let's go E3NG .local. Guess we should probably quarry the end stop. Clipper input. shaper. Okay, let's open up terminal. SSH hi at E3NG.local. Let's install the software for it. Good, good. Very good. All right. Shit. I shouldn't have closed that.
Okay. And I'll just set up there for now.
All right.
Oh,
I
dear
am
Lord.
installing everything for input shaper. Yeah.
Why are
The
you
vulture.
reprinting the vulture?
Because their initial settings look like crap. So I'm just doing it at 320. And have you built a Smiley, Alex?
No.
It's the same grip as the Smiley. And it prints flat, but there's a lot of support material in the bottom end. And I didn't like the way it came out. So I'm doing it as a grid. But I think I'm doing the whole thing in ambrosia, flat dark earth, because I like the way the mammoth came out. That and black. And I found enough bearings to do the B car, but spare bearings. So just reprint, print, wash and repeat.
Huh, I don't know what to do with that drawer. Now,
Captain's sitting there looking like he's got his own pharmaceutical lab going on.
Definitely got a lot of
Pharmaceuticals.
filament on the wall.
So here's the problem is there's another 20 rolls behind me.
You mean those ones that are in a box to ship to my house, right?
No. I need to figure something to actually. Hold on.
All right.
Give me a mouse. Give me a mouse. Give me a
Well,
mouse. Nope, wrong camera.
Yeah, I know. He's got all that filament up there, and it's just going to degrade and get all dusty.
I need to figure out what to print with TPU because I have all that overture filament that I won, and I don't know what to do with it.
So I've got a lot of not safe for work stuff you can print at TPU.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay, exclude object.
Oh, Lord.
Do I have
Basic.
ADXL in here?
Yeah, I was doing this and looking at this, and when I grabbed the files for this, there's cover. I don't know why you cover that brushed aluminum tube, but that's what he wanted to do. They originally did. And of course, I got to looking, and I have 2 little partial rolls of faded desert.
JD's not wrong.
2 full rolls of faded desert brown, so I can beat around on it for a while.
JD's like, all that dusty filament. He's not wrong. I live in Northeast Colorado.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a
waiting
desert.
for my whatchamacallit to come in. Should be here at like the end of the month.
Oh,
For
we have parts done.
Or the beginning of the beginning of March or something. The Vulture.
So I discovered a couple of things talking with them.
Andy just tipped $10. Thank you and appreciate it.
All right.
All that dusty filament.
Darn Skippy.
According to what I was told, the difference between the Bear versus the Out of Darts. So the Bear version is using the 10 millimeter hex nuts. The Out of Darts version is totally using heat sets. And he said something about adjusting for clearances because they're going to use a different spring instead of the high-powered spring that the Bear kit offered, which makes no sense to me because the tube's not going to change. The tube. But originally the OOD was on the printables page, and it was removed because OOD requested it to be taken down for their own pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Move printer. Ouch. Let's light this guy up.
So the captain has gotten his gumption together to organize.
Yeah. JD says he should dust his filament off there.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
You're messing with the NG.
Yeah. Getting ready to do input shaper on it.
And I get to get cleaned up here in a little bit. Take Mom out to dinner.
Nice. Where are you guys going for dinner?
Don't know yet.
She hasn't told you yet?
I told her I'd leave that to her.
Mm.
And I've got
Oh, beautiful parts.
the display for this over here, but I'm watching it on the 55 hanging from the Raptor.
Did I miss something here? Yes. Unknown command.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
You updated Clipper, didn't you?
Yeah.
Now there's 2 more parts done for the PC case. Let's get more going. Power supply.
Yeah.
Front cleat. Rear cleat.
Yeah, but I tried printing the grip stock with tree supports before,
Mm-hmm.
but there's just too much going on in there, too many levels and what have you. So I just told it to do grid this time.
Type G, strength, 5 cubic, slice, and let it rock.
MIDI XL 345. Probe points. Size is bad. What's the safe home position? Safe seat home. 175.5, 82.
Hey, Mike just tipped $6.99.
Copy.
I sit here and I see your little sponsorship logos going up there. And Bruce comes up there, Mike comes up there, LTX comes up there. The one that I used to have, it was goofy as hell. But that was back when I used to mod computers and everything.
Yeah. Let's go over here to the Micron.
It's weird.
You know, the one thing I have found that as builders and makers we are the worst at is buying crap that we will never use.
Yeah.
I found 2 stealth burner Filomatrix cutter kits. I don't know why I bought them.
So the unnamed printer.
Oh, you mean the one that that you had to turn the gantry around on?
Don't do it.
That's because I have it in capitals.
Yeah. The unnamed printer came with the printed parts were PET-G. But the PET-G parts that it came with were for Filometrics.
Mike just tipped $6.99. Thank you and appreciate it.
And
All right.
The
Have a
thing
good
is,
rest of your day at school, Smalls.
the filometrics parts that it came with, apparently they don't have any confidence in the steel because it came with a whole little wound up pack of blades for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, extra blades are. It's never a bad thing, though.
No, not really.
Blower motor resistor. What's going on, Mike? What are you working on? The blower motor in your truck went bad. That's not good.
Oh,
What kind of truck?
I don't know. What kind of truck you got, Mike?
Oh, blower motor resistor. That's just a little board.
yeah. Stand by. I had to borrow the wife's car real quick.
All right, let's try this again.
The trick with automotive parts is the conformal coat they put on them to keep dendrites from forming and corrosion. But I mean, if you can cut through all that, resistors are cheap.
Damn, Mike. Hopefully, it's not an expensive one because I've seen a wide range, right? The blower motor in my old 88 Blazer cost me like $20. And then blower motor, I can't remember what car it was, but that one cost me like 120.
The one for my 2009 Traverse for the heater,
Same fucking motor, different mount.
$149. And I still have to replace that dang thing.
The only blower motors that I have problems with are the ones where you got to rip the dash out.
Yeah, that's what the car was. You had to. Oh, that was in my Mercury Cougar.
I know my brother had a Navigator, and I got pictures. He was like, "Dude, I need your help." I'm like, "Okay." The entire procedure, I sat there and I'm like, "Yep, pull that bolt. Yep, pull that bolt." And while he was working on it, he was like, "Man, can't you help me with this?" And I'm like, "I have accepted that there are certain ways the elderly body should not contort to get up under things." And I got pictures of him laying like his shoulders were in the floorboard, his back was against the bottom of the seat, and his legs were over the back of the seat, and he was tugging on things. And I accept if I were to do that now, I would have to spend 2 or 3 trips to the chiropractor.
Another sacrificial ender.
Yeah, my son sent me pictures the other day. He was having to replace the entire wire harness in this car and had to rip out all of the interior, right? Front to back, dash and everything. Seats, carpet, the whole 9 yards. And it was right before the blizzard that they had in Jersey. So last week and the last week. Took him like 2 hours to rip out this entire interior, the dash, carpet, everything, rear bumper, whole 9 yards. It's like, damn.
Richard next door, he took. He's a hustler, so he works for Subaru, and then he does the DoorDash thing. He uh, he was leaving somebody's driveway when we had snow. All of the cosmetic underneath the front end, he just it ripped it all out. And he came. He said, "Do you want to look at it?" And I looked at him. Some of the places where the snap connectors go to hold the handling together, they were snapped clean. So I looked at him and I was like, "So how urgent is this?" He said, "Well, I need to be sure it's safe to drive it." I ran down here and I got a big bag of zip ties. we, we grabbed a hold of it and shook it, and if it vibrated, we tied it up. And he says, "So I'm going to get this replaced." He said, "I'd like to know if you'd like to make some money." And I told him, I'm like, "Well, take it and get an estimate." "Well, yeah, but they'll have the car for the whole day." And I said, "Yeah, but we'll spend a whole day looking up part numbers. If you take it and get the estimate for what they think it needs and they get it itemized, they'll give you the part numbers and what they're going to charge you for it. And then we can shop around for what you need to keep above board and safe." So he's going to do that.
So recommended for x-axis is MZV, which is 1100 Excel.
1,100 or 11,000?
11,000.
Ah,
And
a little bit of a difference there.
yeah. Recommended shaper for Y is EI.
You're probably going to be about 4,500.
5,500. It's not terrible. It's not too hateful.
No, the NG is a throw it at the printer and walk away and come back when you don't have anything else going on.
So there's that. Now, let's run some pressure advance on this. New project. Calibration, pressure advance. Direct drive.
We need to do a video, or I need, you need to do a video
Print.
of someone just a garbage roll of filament and doing a filament profile
Yeah.
from the ground up.
So we're going to run pressure advance on this. Zachary Deal, how's it going? Honestly, for just building it, and not doing anything above and beyond just, putting it together and being built out of an Ender 3 frame and quite a few printed parts for your um, whatchamacallit, like connecting the extrusions and
Right.
holding your rods and everything. That's pretty impressive.
Of course, your longevity is going to be determined by what your print settings were for those printed parts.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad at all.
I think they said for this Vulture, I could be mistaken, but I'm thinking he said like 3 and 15 was acceptable for most of the parts except for the trigger and the push rod, the release push rod. He suggested doing them at 100.
Ooh, that is
But for everything else, he says, 315 should work. Okay, I'm doing 320.
Has anybody seen Captain? Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Has anybody seen me? I'm right here.
You have the error.
I have the error.
The R.
Oh, yeah. It's I got a filament tangle. See if I can't untangle it.
I didn't clean the nozzle off on this, so the whatchamacallit might be a bit off. I really need to change this print start macro.
Aha, there it is.
I mean, it's a print start macro that'll.
And I need to get, eventually, I need to get this in like an orange and a green. Just to mix it up.
Okay. Yeah, those 2 print tangles, and those are both.
Trying to get this to pull up the bed mesh on here, but it's not wanting to show me the bed mesh.
Neither one of those are the filament manufacturers because I had to rewind that spool. That was my bad.
The spools that really annoy me aren't the ones that are tangled. It's the ones that are fused.
Those suck.
Because they're not fused enough to make the spool unusable, but they're fused just enough to make the system think it's tangled.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a couple from a manufacturer who will not be named, where
He who shall not be named.
yes,
John Doe.
but you can always get them restarted. I just have to go up there and unwind the spool a little bit to get past the fused part of it. And the ones that have done it, I've always looked at them after I've unwound them and let it go and watched it for 15 or 20 minutes and then walked away and then had it do the exact same thing again once it cleared past what I unwound ahead.
Yeah. So I'm considering wasting nearly a full kilogram of filament
So
to
I think we
create
need to do
to print a
some adjusting
rewinder.
on our bed here. The back of this thing
Wow.
is quite a bit lower than the front.
Get, change your
Ouch.
drag your slider all the way to the right. Keep going. Keep going.
So
Okay, so yeah, you're a little out of there.
it's off by
What's your variance?
0.86 millimeters for the variance, right?
But
It's just the back of the bed needs to come up.
and that's if I were it's that's the one that's got you've got your 3 motor mounts, but it's run one belt.
Yeah, but there's knobs on the bottom of the bed to adjust it.
Yeah, but 0.8, dude.
Yeah, well, I didn't do anything. I just installed it, put the nuts on, and hit run.
But you should be able to take those front 2 points and just take the belt loose and give it a quarter turn.
I don't need to take the belt loose at all. There's the knobs on the bottom of the bed, like you would level an old school ender bed. So I just
Right.
need to level the bed.
It's called tremming, my man.
Okay.
It's simple enough. I just, when I built it, I didn't bother doing anything with it.
I know
need to.
the variance on a 500 rat rig, according to what I was told when I built my 3.1, they said that 0.5 was an acceptable variance on a 500. And the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, yeah.
Just Z offset a bit too here.
One of my stupid little projects that I've got in the back of my mind is the V0. The printhead was never really designed for a bed probe. But I thought about hollowing it out just enough that I could put a penta probe behind it to work similar to, to do what Parisa does with them.
Yeah, bro. I think I've got everything. I might need to. I don't know if the belts that I have are the right length. I have 188 millimeter belts. 188 millimeter closed loop belts, and I don't know what size these ones are. Yeah, 188 millimeter closed loop belts. So I don't know what size closed loop belts it takes, but I've definitely got stepper motors if I wanted to convert it to triple Z.
Challenge. Make the world's first 4-wheel drive NG.
No,
For
no. That's like
no other reason.
That's like putting a lift kit on a Prius.
Yeah,
There's been people that do it though.
So because it still has the 4 screws on it to level the bed, I don't know. And so the bed's not rigid mounted to the bed frame. I don't know that Triple Z would be worth it. Like, yes, it would compensate for any time you've got. So here's the problem, right? So Triple Z, you can still skew the bed even within that Triple Z
Yep.
because the bed is quad mounted to a Triple Z mount.
So you could use a triple Z and then standardize all four of your corners, and then if you go ahead and you got it all placed and the system is still kind of wonky, you could use the four corners to fine tune it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have the stuff laying around, sure, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it's worth it if you don't. It's coming with the Virtue. You guys know if the Hydra is worth it. 0 G Mercury one. I'm not real familiar with it, so I couldn't tell you. Crap, I had physical therapy today.
And you're getting it.
No, I totally forgot about it. I had it at 9:30 this morning.
Oops.
But you're getting it now. I'm watching your neck.
Man, life has been so fucking insane lately. So, yeah, I mean, you could do CNC bed spacers or something like that to kind of lock the bed physically in place to the 3 points, and you might be better. All right. Let's take a look. Okay. If you guys build one of these, maybe you don't need all the magnets on the door and the lid.
You hear that
All
thing click and it's like gonna break.
She'd be a little warm, but here is our pressure advance patterns. The first layer there at the beginning was a little off. It was a little too close.
You're using Orca Slicer, right?
Yep.
So that's the internal calibration tools in Orca Slicer.
Like point 0.04. Let's go here in the machine. Let's go into printer config.
Doesn't the so, and I know the answer to this, at least I think I do. So you already have a pressure advance parameter in printer config, which should be
Yeah,
0.4 or zero point 0.5. But when you run that test in Orchid Slicer, it disables.
that and overwrites it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in theory, if zero point 0.4 is correct and your pressure advance in printer config is already at zero point 0.4, you shouldn't have to change it.
Yeah, it wasn't though. It was at 0.025.
Ouch.
But the smooth time is so most of my printers I run at 0.04, and this had the smooth time at 0.002. So I am going to
What are you waving at, Ryan?
I was running a USB-C cord.
Uh,
yeah, Brad. I don't know that I would necessarily change it. If it's working,
By God, my son actually may make it all the way to Washington
all right.
today.
Put this back in here. I'm gonna
Oh,
give those knobs a bit of a turn.
I have wasted so much filament on this.
I'm gonna come back over here, dashboard. I'm gonna adjust the Z offset. Save config. All right, now we're gonna rerun that pressure advance test.
I wonder if anybody's actually ever put a tool head board on a micro Swiss NG mount on a Ender 6. Seems like extraordinarily overkill, but hey, this is the things I do. I didn't know the stream was starting soon.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my entire everything. The computer just shut down.
Really?
Wow.
Yep, it just blue screened and shut down.
Well, just for the sake of argument, I'm not taking the blame for that one.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, man. We got no feed on this camera. There
That
we go.
stop switch is going to have to get rerouted. It's going to the wrong place.
Turn this camera off. Turn chat off. There we go. Yeah, everything just poof, gone. How'd the ducky turn out? Mike, did you miss it? Here's the ducky.
Duck.
I could not get to give me anything to get the yellow for the bill. All right, this is looking better. How's my height map looking on this? Oh, I adjusted that.
Through there.
E3NG.
Put that through there.
No.
Through there.
Okay, now we're off by 0.57. So here's our map for this time. So we're getting better. I still need to come down in the front right, up in the back left, and way up in the back right.
I remember when I first did my 400. It was skewed like it was terrible.
Mike, do you want me to send you the STL for the duck?
Damn it, they got hooked on that.
All right.
Tape that so it doesn't get hooked.
I'm starting to look like a raccoon on camera.
I thought that was your natural presence without makeup.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, we learn something new every day.
Yeah, well.
He's not a 1970s cartoon character. Although I think all
Mike,
of us
I sent it
could
over
be.
to you. I DM'd it to you.
If if I ever fall into an ender, I may look into. I've got enough boards and motors laying around to do it.
Yeah.
If I think about it, I've got enough 2020 extrusion. I could strap two of them together and do 2040. I may,
Yeah.
I may do I wish I was an Ender NG.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend doing it the version that's got the extra front uh,
Support.
extrusions up front here, and then yeah, I wouldn't do any of the printed extrusions. I would do all the extrusions.
The Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, because clear. I mean, that is not bad for input shaper. I've seen way worse on.
I mean, I've seen Vorons that didn't get input shaper numbers that high.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's no shake and tune calibrations. That's no like going through and dialing in belts and
There was another one, and I tried it briefly, and I didn't care for it. TMC tune.
TMC auto tune.
Yes.
Yeah, Reth was talking about that. I've never tried it.
So I did it briefly on my Trident. And pretty much what it does is how in your printer config, you've got your current settings and your old settings and whatnot.
Yeah.
TMC Auto Tune is set up so that you input your motor number, your motor model,
Yeah.
and it automatically loads those values from a database.
Interesting.
But the values that it loads are conservative. So it guns low as what is it? It shoots. It's overcautious.
Yeah. I might try it with these 2804s because they're notorious for some VFA issues.
Right.
So I might try it with those, but I've never,
It's
knock on wood, I've never had issues with VFAs on anything. Um,
if you were curious about what it did or how it would function before actually going through and doing the convert, because you're applying a lot of variables to your motor
yeah.
to allow the program to overtake. You can go to the GitHub and search for your motor model, the model number, and you can look at what values are set in there, and you can manually change your config to reflect those values just to see what it does.
Yeah.
I don't know where Mama wants to go to dinner tonight, but I'm getting a steak wherever it's at.
Steak sounds good. I made a roast and not last night, the night before. When we had leftovers last night, but um, after surgery and everything, later on we had to go pick up prescriptions and whatnot from Walmart, and it was around lunchtime, so we stopped at Arby's. And after I ate that, I just wasn't feeling good, so I never ate dinner last night or anything. All right, let's see what our pressure advance looks like now.
Okay, that goes there. All right.
Yeah, it looks like 0.04 will be fine. That's kind of a generic middle of the road pressure advance. So, I'm not upset with that. I'd be concerned if it was any higher, but
Get crimpers and stuff back out. I'm just gonna do what I do here.
all right. So I said the front right needs to go down. Back left needs to go up quite a bit. Back left needs to go up a little bit. All right, let's home this. And then we're going to come over here. I lost my chat.
I lost my mind, so who wins? Crap.
Having built the NG, how would I rate it? Well, Mike, I would say that I'm still a little annoyed that the heat sets in it are a non-standard size. And by standard, I mean Voron size heat sets. I do not think it is an easy build, but I wouldn't put it at super difficult either. Right? It's a more difficult build than building a 2.4 or a Trident or something like that. But it's definitely a doable build. Performance when it's done is great, right? I've got no complaints. It's putting out good input shaper numbers. The print quality looks pretty good. And obviously, we're going to dial that in, right? We're going to do some tuning. Yeah, I mean, all the corners are 3D printed, and that's why I said, like, I'm surprised at how well the input shaper does with all of the corners being 3D printed. But if you have some decent print quality and you print it out a decent filament, I think you'll probably do just fine. You know, we'll put some hours on it and we'll see where we stand at, like, 100 hours, see how it's fared, and I'll keep you guys updated on it. Oh yeah, you could do a screw adjust macro. I'm just going to come over here and run another bed mesh.
I love this. You put it for employment, and your employment, they have a longer commute, and they offer you a lower rate than what you were making for a shorter commute.
That's
Now
always
we're
fun.
now we're off by 0.23.
Gotta do better than that.
We're still a little low in this back corner, right?
Oop, oop.
Tap that one down. So you got over 1,000 hours on your NG. Damn, Brad. Okay, so now we're at 0.2.
Oh, you need to
All
update
right.
that picture, Brad.
All right. I would agree, Mike. I would agree. Mike says it's an advanced build, but not an expert level. Yeah. So I would put something like a the switch wire as a beginner build.
Really? A switch wire?
Yeah, switch wire is an easy build.
I
It's
can
very minimal
agree with that.
parts. It's a pretty easy build. Now I don't know about ender wires because I've never built one. I would put like a 2.4 or Trident, um, or V0
So
as like an intermediate. Put this at as advanced, right?
if I had to scale those, I think I'd be Switchwire, Trident 2.4, and then V0. And
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
the only reason that I would even put V0 in the most at the back end of that is because of those nuts going in that 1515 extrusion. If you took those nuts out of the equation, if you were using, I think there are mods that LDO does where it's just a rail that's pre-drilled. If you were using those, I'd put that after a switch wire.
Where would you gentlemen? Okay, so you built one of these. Where would you place the Delta then?
The Delta, I would put the Delta as a very beginner build.
Yes, because you're not dealing with as many motors. The, and to be honest, the kinematics on a Delta will make you go to sleep.
How would I? How do I like the BD sensor? Man, it's working. I wish that. So, if I had to make a complaint about anything with the BD sensor, it would be that the little module does not have any sort of mounting solution. I think that any BD sensor mount needs to also have a version with something, even if it's just zip tie locations to attach that module. Um,
So Brad made a remark. He said the V0 was easier.
then the oh yeah, the V0 is way easier than the NG.
If you're using either the tapped rods for the rails, or if you're using the nut carriers for the rails. If you're not, and you're because the original V0 was, here's your frame, install 3 M4 nuts or M3 nuts, and on this rail and this rail. And when you put that frame together and you start to mount something, and then you realize you're one nut short, and you have to rip that frame apart in order to add that one nut. I invented whole new swear words for that assembly.
Yeah, that's why I'd put it as an intermediate build. Like you've got to pay attention when you're building it. And if you're doing anything outside of stock, you've got to plan ahead for, do I need more or less nuts in any given spot? But the roll-in nuts, the little slide-in, roll-in square nuts, do work. I hate the printed part that you got to put underneath of them. It can be a bit of a pain. It's easier than ripping your entire printer apart, but it's not easy. Does that make sense?
Because
The M
if
sensor.
you get carried away tightening that one nut, you just rip that printed plastic part all to hell.
Yeah.
And now you got one nut that's just spinning.
Yeah. The M version of the BD sensor, yeah, it relocates the module all the way back, but that's another wire in your umbilical that you've got to manage, right? So it's easier to deal with the sensor when you can, put it in your electronics bay, the sensor module. But the trade-off to that is now you have a wire that you have to manage all the way back to your electronics component. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other, maybe.
I'm waiting for the wireless CAN bus.
That is technically possible.
No matter what, you've got to run power to it. So even if you do like a wireless module with an RP 2040, right? Like basically a Pico W, right? You still got to power the thing.
True.
And then you
But-
run into latency issues and stuff like that, connection issues. You think it's bad having toolhead disconnect issues now? Make it wireless and see how well that goes.
You'd be in the middle of an 18-hour print. Somebody drives down the road with a powerless wireless signal that crosses over into yours.
Yeah.
You like when the old days when somebody drove by with a CB radio and kept opening your garage.
That would be interesting, John. Like on the NG here, where you've got two rods, right? So you make a connection. Your one of your Y rails is positive, the other one's negative, and they have a connection. So you got a positive rail and a negative rail. That would be amusing. Or hear me out. Tesla coil in the back. Wireless power transmission right in the back, right? And then, right, on top of your Tesla coil that powers your tool head, you get, a small like RC nitro engine, and you hook it up to a generator and use that to generate, your 350 watts and run your bed on DC, and you have to start your printer, right? You have to put gas in your printer. Why aren't you printing anything, Steven?
Put gas in your printer.
Why are you using a nitro one? I mean, come on now. Let's go real. Let's go steel chainsawing.
No, because you want it small and compact, right?
They are small and compact once you take them out of the case.
What Billy Bob Thornton? She ain't got no gas in her.
Now, yeah, so that index thing.
That ain't small and compact.
First of all, I'd like to point out there is an actual GitHub project that is index pre-index. Exact same thing. And I have considered trying that because I accept the fact that as a responsible business model, if Prusa is your primary contract, you dedicate all of your energy towards that. And as a result, public availability will suffer. So, yeah, I accept that we're what? Rev C or D? LDO's Rev C or D on their Voron Trident 2.4. Even
my God.
begins with an S. They do an all-wheel drive.
Huh?
I have accepted the fact that before I am able, as a general consumer, to get my hand on an index system, the Voron releases across LDO and all of these other kit manufacturers, they're going to be around an E or an F because the percent demand across this product is going to be so immense, it's just going to choke out anything else.
Yeah.
And I can't fault the manufacturer for that. You go where the money is. That's what business is. So, ooh.
How you got to remember, LDO is not the one designing this stuff.
Cyborg.
Cyborg, yeah.
I'd love to give Cyborg a spin, and I bet you with an index it'd be pretty bang on. But the way the fates have turned, I'm not going to get Cyborg because payment one way or another, or processing one way or another. So I'll let that ride where I'll let that be what it is. But I think I I think that the way that index was originally proposed, which was that the tool head being the greatest of the expense, and then the additional modules being a lower cost, I think that's going to end up flipping around before it's over.
Yeah, possible. All right, so what do you guys think? This is my thoughts. All right, because right now I don't have any place to put the NG. I am thinking about. I guess I should probably measure it, but taking the CR10 out of the workflow.
You're gonna put the CR10 on the bench?
And putting the NG over here where the CR10 is.
What are you measuring now?
See if it'll even work.
Well, if it don't work, you need to build a better shelf.
All right. 22 inches. That's 17. Yeah, that'll work. So I can put the NG over here. Take the CR10 down. I don't have any place to put the CR10 at the moment.
Put it on the bench. You can mod it.
Super Interwire.
Somebody was putting out an NG thing for using a CR10.
Clockwork Idiot.
You can rebuild it. You can make it better than it was before.
You can use the CR10 or the Ender NG Max. I mean the Ender
Mike,
Max
if you want me to
Neo.
build you an Ender wire, I'll build it for you. I'm not going to sell the CR10.
I'm on the ropes about the Prusa wire thing. Not because I have a Mark III, but because of this Mark 4S that I've piddled with. I have all the parts for a Mark 3S, but the power supply that has the power panic.
Yeah, but you don't really need the power panic, bud.
Not for a Prusa wire. But Prusa's firmwares, in my experience, if I unplug the power panic from like the Mark IVS and try to start it up, it's not happy. But the Versa wire is clipper.
Yeah, 'cause you got to use a different controller board. You don't use Purse's controller board.
No, you can use Versa's controller board.
Oh.
And I have a 3S controller board, but there's a segment on the controller board that you have to cut in order to flash it to clipper.
Yeah.
And I'm so I am so skeptical about butchering an official Versa board for that purpose.
Yeah. The Underwire is a cool project if you're looking for a project and you have an old person that you're not using. But I don't think what you gain is worth the cost on it at all.
No. Oh, it'll never be.
No. You
Because
basically
if-
you took a Mark IIIS that prints just fine and ended up with a different version of a Mark IIIS that prints just as well. It doesn't. You don't gain anything. You don't lose anything. You
my
change
ori-
ecosystems, right? It's like switching from Android to iPhone. It doesn't
My-
really fucking matter.
my original Mark IIIS, I'm going to make myself sound really sad when I say this, was a Christmas present one year for my wife. Uh, it was $900 when I bought it. When you take a $900, if you are willing to take a $900 base printer and rip it apart for the purposes of making what would be the equivalent to a $500 base printer, my personal opinion is you've got a whole different set of problems.
Yeah. Like I said, it is a project to do because you want a project to do. You've got a bunch of spare. If you have to buy stuff for it, it's not worth it.
No,
If you have all that crap sitting around from other things and you don't use the printer anymore, you just want something fun to do, a fun project, then yeah, go right ahead. But
I'm doing trivial things right now. For example, the two V0s I've got have got, I'm thinking 350-watt power supplies in them. To minimize that footprint, I'm thinking about trying to get some of the smaller LDO power supplies.
yeah.
They'd
The
also,
next one I get is going to be the multi-volt one. You can pick them up on eBay. They're like $40. It's 48 volt, 24 volt, and 5 volt all in one power supply.
I need a link.
Also,
DM me a link.
yeah.
The LDO ones, now see, a big part of the V0s is that large power supply underneath, and then the 5 volt power supply for the Pi, and then the Pi is up on the back end. I can free up two power supplies with one of those little LDO 300s. I still have to break in, and I've got crap. Sometime a while back, I actually put a speaker system in the bottom of my 2.4. because I saw someone who did a mod, and they had the startup video of Evangelion, which, for those who don't know, is an anime. A very confusing anime, but an anime nonetheless.
Belt 3D printer kit.
And it started up, the startup video had audio with it. And I started going, oh, well, I could do Clipper and do navigation or notification audio. So I put a speaker system in the bottom of my 2.4 and fed it off of the Pi with the intention of, on an error, I was going to do stupid stuff like The Price is Right, boom, 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 whatever. Homer Simpson, boom. And I never did it. So all that hardware is still sitting in the bottom of my 2.4, and I got that Manta board with the CV2. So now I'm effectively pulling out that speaker system, the 5-volt power supply, the Octopus, the Raspberry Pi, and condensing all of that into a single board and just ignoring the audio output altogether. That would be awesome.
CR10's not a 500 by 500.
There's a CR10 Max.
Okay.
Mike, that is awesome.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, my back is absolutely
Boron
agony.
belt
I need to
kits.
go lay down.
All right, bud.
This is
Feel
what
better.
old guy looks like when he's normally not
So,
comfortable. He's got to wear the glasses,
enjoy.
trifocals. Brian, go medicate and chill, dude.
I'm going to. Have a good day, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Remember, fill up Alex's coffers to go to Remurf. We'll see you guys later.
Later, Cap.
Later.
Okay, so here's the regular CR10 kit.
Is that a CR10? Do that. Go back up. Let me see the picture. That does not look like a CR10.
No, it's a Core XY conversion for the CR10.
Yeah, I would not trust that without some kind of extrusion holding up the front end. That mid rail disturbs me.
It's got this, which is about like the same as the NG does.
I don't like that being in the middle of the frame like that though.
Yeah, but I would still fucking build it all day, twice on Sunday.
How much?
$358.
Yeah, no.
It's keeps your 300 by 300 by 400. I would just keep for the tool head, I would just keep the micro Swiss direct drive that's on it.
If and it's never gonna happen. And I know it's never gonna happen because I'm not politically correct enough. But that's like I priced the Cyborg all wheel drive for 1,700 and something. The way I wanted to, the way that I wanted to build it.
So it's $398 with an E3 V3 board.
Anybody that has ever looked and I say this loosely because I'm not looking for traffic. Anybody that has looked at my YouTube channel has seen that I've done brief unboxings. I have not done what you do. You go in and you're doing the build and you're conversing and this and that and the other. If I had to do a build, I'm not going to lie to you. The reason that I'm doing a build is so that other people could help me resolve my own stupidity. I'm not there to help them. I'm there for them to help me. But if I had somebody ever drop me something to build, oh yeah, I'd stream it. I'd be one of those stupid dudes though that do like we did on your anniversary, and we'd try to do a one-run stream. Which
So what you're saying is Venture XL marathon stream.
is not happening.
John, I'll send him an email.
No, if you do a Venture XL, given my current status, if you do a Venture XL, regardless of my current status, I will come camp out in your garage until that damn thing's done.
That'd be
If
fun.
some if somebody dropped a Venture XL on you, there we go.
Well, Hector said he has one that's sitting there without the electronics, right? Hector, if you're watching, still interested, bud.
Yeah,
Love to do it.
according to everything that I've read, the electronics aren't that good, and most of them replace them anyway.
I don't need any of them. I need the
Well, you've got a
frame,
Leviathan board laying around now, right?
motion system, beds, heaters, build plates. But I don't need. I've got a 200-watt power supply.
Bad bigger.
Yeah, I'd probably order the one from whatchamacallit, from eBay that's got 48 volts. So I could go 48 volts on the AB drives, right?
Right.
Um,
I'm not going all-wheel drive on mine right now, so I'll throw two classifieds into it.
yeah, we could do all-wheel drive on it too.
I've got an all-wheel drive kit, the tiny whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
I've got that. I've even got spare bearings because they use a 9 millimeter belt instead of a 6 millimeter belt.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of doing that recalculation. I find it extremely annoying, and I'm lazy. But I am I am of a firm belief if, and I'm a nobody, but if I think that your stream, you would get a very productive and informative stream if someone in the ether would drop a venture or a rat rig on you.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that there are things in either of those builds that you would find that would not be found in any other stream that's already pre-existing.
Oh, absolutely. So, I've obviously long said that my streams are less how to build a printer, but let's hang out and be entertained as I work on a project, right? And a lot of that's building printers or modding printers. But I'll definitely give it to you straight, right? Like where other folks may not.
If I had to honestly, and not being politically correct, if I had to sum up your streams and your build experience, which is not lacking in any frame of reference, because there's a lot of tricks and tips that you've got already from what you've done. But if I had to sum up your streams in one phrase, again, not being politically correct, you have not, in my experience and what I've seen and what I've loosely taken part in and viewed, you do not candy coat oh shit moments.
Yeah.
And you are not unfamiliar with them.
Yeah, I've seen a few. Know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two kind of thing.
So there are other individuals who are sent product for the purposes of review and everything. And you can tell by their language and their actions that they don't claim to be, and I'm not judging anybody or naming anybody specifically, but they sway in one direction, and you don't do that. You're the most honest, straightforward person that I've ever seen with regards to testing product or reviewing product.
Yeah, and I want things to succeed though, and I try to make sure I call out the things that are good about something as well as the issues, right? Because if somebody makes a financial decision based on content I release, I want them to make as well informed of a decision as possible, right? Both positive and negative. I don't want them to get this and go, oh shit, this was an issue. And me have to be like, oh yeah, I just kind of glazed over that.
In any issues like that I've few though they may be, any issues like that I've seen come up, you've always you've always been available and you've always been almost immediate on Discord. So
Yeah.
it's
I
I mean
try to be.
as far as your personal honesty goes, yeah, I can't I can't fault it at all. No, it's not a bromance. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, we're friends, but
Yeah, but
you call me on my bullshit,
got no problem.
and I appreciate it.
I can say I've got a mammoth, a big, and a 53-1.
Okay,
And I've
okay.
honestly got no complaints.
I will admit that I might have influenced the mammoth decision, but I have no claim on the the big and the 51.
No,
The
the
53
big and the
one.
53, I went on my own.
Yeah.
But I've got no complaints.
You, you may have gotten bitten by a bug, very big blue one.
These are Flintstones glasses. You have to collect the whole set.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
need a wiring harness, get a hold of Mike.
Yeah. Mike, I've got an idea, and I need to talk to you about wires. I want to wire this bench up, and the ideas I have in my head, if I don't like plan it out and make a wire harness to do it, it's going to be a hideous mess, right? And I want it to still look decent, and two, it's going to be a fire hazard, right? So
Yeah, Mike is also on Projects Discord. By all means, if you have an idea about a wiring harness, ping him. He will either confirm your suspicions or shoot you down.
yeah. I also want to like mount some speakers up at the top, like down firing speakers or something.
You got to have strobe lights.
I don't think strobe lights.
Yeah, just Christmas lights up there in the top. What was the one thing that Mike said earlier? Said when it aired out, it played like Pac-Man dying. You got strobe lights up there because you could be hard of hearing. At my age, hard of hearing is a possibility.
Yeah.
But when the strobe lights go, you know, it draws your attention.
Yeah.
This thing, I keep looking at these grips that this thing is printing for this vulture, and I really hope they look as good up close as they do on the camera. Unfortunately, I can't really share the camera because of the whole. I'm printing them on bamboo, but they look so smooth. I hope they work out.
I haven't put any of the files in Slicer to really. No, I did. So I put part of it in to see kind of how much filament I was going to need for it and to start printing, and then got a DM or a message saying, "Hey, don't print this yet. New files are coming."
Right.
So literally like 30 seconds before I was about to hit print too.
But the other thing is, like I said, if you look at your base print for 0.2 in most slicer profiles is 2 perimeters and 15% infill.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to get any sort of print quality out with that kind of setting. If you don't have at least 3 walls.
Yeah, I'm doing 320 right now at 0.2. But if I were trying to do some kind of a showpiece, I'd have went back to 0.16. But to be completely honest, I'm just not patient enough for that.
Well, guys, we're pushing up on 3 hours here, so I'm going to get off here, get something to eat. Stephen, I hope you have a good dinner tonight. Everyone in chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks to everybody that contributed to this project and followed it along. Make sure you hit the like button. And then, of course, thank you to those who donated today. Andy, Mike, extremely grateful. Again, we're raising money for tickets for, a ticket or ticket there, ticket back for Rocky Mountain in April. And for that trip, outside of that, guys, have a nice day. Consider becoming a channel member if you like what we do, want to support upcoming projects, whatever the case may be.
Maybe next time I'll have the overhead camera gone and I'll build something to get you banned from YouTube.
Don't do that. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all that normal YouTuber stuff. See y'all later. Tomorrow's Maker Making Podcast. Absolutely, John. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about something. I'm sure of it. Have a great day. Later, y'all.
Have a good one.